Have you ever felt a burning fire deep within you? A powerful force, something grand and untamed, yet you didn't know how to unleash it. Maybe it flickers quietly in your chest, a restless energy yearning to break free. But it stays trapped, unsure of how to roar into life. Or perhaps you've stood before a crowd or even just one person wanting to say something profound. Something that could shift their world, but the words get stuck, tangled in your throat, unable to escape. Don't worry, if that's you, Napis Beckos, you're not alone. Today, we're about to embark on a journey together. One that's not just about speaking, it's about living fully. About igniting that fire so fiercely that the entire world turns to look at you. This is what I call the overwhelmingly powerful expression method, a path to awaken the truest, boldest version of yourself and propel you to heights you've never dared imagine. This isn't some fleeting pep talk or empty promise, it's a way to tap into a strength you've always had, buried beneath layers of doubt and routine. It's a method grounded in science, enriched by philosophy, and fueled by the raw, unshakable power of your own spirit. Are you ready to stop holding back? Are you ready to let that fire blaze? Let's dive in and uncover how you can make it happen, starting right now. The fire within you, a hidden ocean of power. Close your eyes for a moment and picture your mind as a vast, endless ocean. On the surface, you see gentle ripples, those small, everyday thoughts that drift by. What's for dinner? Did I forget to reply to that email? How am I going to pay the bills this month? These are the waves of daily life, quiet and familiar. But now, dive deeper. Beneath that calm exterior lies something far more extraordinary. Powerful currents. Surging undercurrents with the strength to sweep away anything in their path. That's where your true power lives, not in the surface chatter, but in the depths of your subconscious. Science backs this up with a mind-blowing fact. Modern research, like studies from neuroscientists at Stanford and Harvard, shows that 95% of our actions are driven by the subconscious mind, not the conscious one we think we control. That means most of what you do, how you react, what you say, the choices you make, comes from a hidden reservoir of energy you rarely tap into. Imagine what could happen if you learned to reach down and harness that force. What if you could speak, not just with your voice, but with the full weight of your heart, your soul, your untamed spirit pouring through every word? What if you could stand before others and make them feel the heat of that inner fire, not just hear it? The philosophy of success offers a simple, yet profound truth. You don't have to outshine everyone else, you just need to be yourself. But the most radiant, unshakable version of you. No one is born a legendary speaker, a world changer, or a visionary. People like Martin Luther King Jr., Oprah Winfrey, or even your favorite motivational figure, they weren't handed greatness on a silver platter. They cultivated it. They learned to turn their voice into a thunderclap that echoes across the sky, shaking the ground beneath them. And the secret to that transformation? It starts with belief in yourself, belief in your story, belief that your words can move mountains. Psychology gives us a tool for this. The mirror effect. When you radiate positive energy, unshakable confidence, and genuine passion, the people around you can't help but reflect it back. It's like tossing a stone into a still pond. The ripples spread outward, touching everything in their path. Want to feel it for yourself? Try this right now. Stand in front of a mirror, lock eyes with your reflection, and say, "I am enough. I am worthy. I have power." Say it like you mean it, with your chest puffed out, your voice steady. It might feel awkward at first, maybe, even silly, but keep going. Say it 3 times, 5 times, Notice that tiny spark flickering inside you. That's the fire starting to catch. It's been there all along, waiting for you to fan the flames. The mystery of charisma. Why some people command attention. Have you ever noticed how certain people walk into a room and, without saying a word, every eye turns to them? It's not about their looks, though that might help. It's not about their bank account or their IQ. It's something else, something magnetic, something almost otherworldly. They have a presence, a pull, an energy that draws you in like a moth to a flame. Science calls it charisma, that natural allure that makes someone unforgettable. But here's the good news. It's not a rare gift bestowed on a chosen few. It's a skill you can learn, an art you can master, and I'm about to hand you the brush to paint your own masterpiece. Think of someone who inspires you, a teacher, a leader, a friend, or even a figure from history. What sets them apart? Maybe it's the way their voice rises and falls like ocean waves, carrying you along with every word. Or the fire in their eyes, a blaze that says they believe every syllable they're speaking. Perhaps it's their gestures, hands, moving like they're sculpting the air, pulling you into their world. That's not random luck or genetic magic. They've honed a craft, blending thought, emotion, and language into a single, piercing arrow that shoots straight into your heart. And here's the exciting part, you can do it too. But let's pause and ask the big question. Are you ready to step up and unleash that kind of power? Are you ready to stop blending into the background and start commanding the stage, whether it's a literal stage or the stage of your own life? Are you ready to erupt, to let that inner fire burst forth and leave an indelible mark on everyone who hears you? I'm not asking you to answer out loud, not yet. Just hold that question in your mind, let it simmer, because we're about to dig into how you can make it happen. The science behind words. How you speak changes everything. Let me share a fascinating truth from modern science that might just blow your mind. Brain studies, like those from the University of California, reveal that when you speak with confidence and raw emotion, the brains of your listeners light up. Specifically, they release dopamine, a feel-good chemical that makes people feel alive, engaged, and happy. It's not just that they hear you, they want to hear more. They're hooked, drawn in by the energy you're putting out. On the flip side, if you speak flatly, without passion or soul, their brains disconnect. It's like static on a radio, no one sticks around for that. So ask yourself, do you want to be the voice that echoes in their minds long after you're done, or the one that fades into the noise the second you stop? How do you flip that switch and turn your words into a spark? It's simpler than you might think. Speak from your heart. Forget memorizing a polished script or rattling off facts like a robot. Live in the moment of what you're saying. Share something real, like a time you hit rock bottom, when everything felt hopeless, when the world seemed to turn its back on you. Tell them how you clawed your way out, how you found a flicker of light in the darkness and held onto it until it grew into a flame. When you speak from that raw, honest place, people don't just listen, they connect. They see themselves in your struggle, your triumph, and they think, if they can rise, so can I. That's the magic of authenticity, and no one can replicate the one-of-a-kind story that's yours alone. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're telling a crowd about a day you lost everything: a job, a dream, a piece of yourself. Your voice cracks as you describe the weight of it, the moment you thought you'd never recover. Then it steadies, rises, as you recount how you refused to give up, how you fought back with every ounce of grit you had left. By the end, your eyes are shining, your hands are clenched, and the room is silent, not because they're bored, but because they're feeling it with you. That's not just speaking. That's igniting a fire. And it's a fire you already have inside you. A philosophy of life. Who are you in the quiet moments? Take a breath and ask yourself this. Who are you when no one's watching? When the lights dim, the crowd fades, and it's just you staring at your own reflection, what do you see? The ancient philosopher Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." If you keep replaying doubt, fear, and hesitation in your head, you'll trap yourself in a prison of your own making, a prisoner of your own mind. But if you choose to repeat belief, courage, and determination, you'll forge yourself into a victor long before anyone else hands you a trophy. This powerful expression method isn't just about dazzling a crowd or winning applause. It's about how you live every single day, from the moment you wake up to the second your head hits the pillow. It's a way of being, a way of carrying yourself with purpose, with fire, with unshakable faith in who you are. Start small. Every morning, stand in front of the mirror, look yourself square in the eye, and say, "I am enough. I am worthy. I will make it happen." It might feel strange at first, maybe even a little cheesy, but don't stop. Say it again, louder, with more conviction. Science backs this up. Positive affirmations, repeated daily, can rewire your brain's neural pathways, strengthening your self-belief over time. Think of it like lifting weights for your mind. The more you train, the stronger it gets, until doubt doesn't stand a chance. This isn't about faking it till you make it. It's about building it until you become it. Every time you affirm your worth, you're stoking that inner fire, turning a spark into a blaze. You're not just preparing to speak powerfully, you're preparing to live powerfully. To walk through life with a presence that demands attention, not because you're loud, but because you're real. The art of storytelling. Turning words into thunder. Have you ever sat through a speech and 5 minutes later couldn't recall a single thing they said? That's because they spoke without telling a story. Facts alone don't stick, stories do. Humans are wired for narratives. From ancient campfires in caves to packed auditoriums today, we've always been captivated by tales that pull us in and won't let go. So how do you craft a story that doesn't just inform, but Start with a question that hooks them. Try this. What would you do if tomorrow were your last day alive? It's direct, it's bold, and it forces people to think, to lean in. Then take them on a ride. Paint a picture of a time you crashed hard. Maybe it was a day Helper Sue lost a job, a friend, or your sense of purpose when the ground beneath you crumbled. Describe the raw ache of it, the weight pressing down, the moment you thought you'd never climb out. Then show them how you found a thread of hope, how you gripped it tight and pulled yourself up, step by painful step. Finish with a punch. If I can do it, you can too. It's simple, it's human, and it's powerful enough to rattle their bones. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need fancy words or a Hollywood script, just truth, emotion, and a message that hits home. Think of it like a campfire tale. Keep it vivid, keep it real, and let the fire in your voice light up the dark. Planting seeds of curiosity. The trick great speakers use. Want to know a secret the world's best speakers swear by? They never give it all away at once. They drop hints, tease the unknown, leave you hanging just enough to wonder what's coming next. Instead of saying, "I succeeded because I worked hard," try this. "I thought I'd be stuck in failure forever, until I stumbled on something that flipped everything upside down." Hear the difference. That little pause, that hint of mystery, it's like a hook sinking into the listener's mind, reeling them in. Science has a name for this. The information gap. When you leave something unsaid, the brain can't resist trying to fill it. It's why cliffhangers keep you glued to a show. Why a great speech stays with you long after it ends. You don't need to be a master storyteller to pull this off, just sprinkle a bit of intrigue. Say less than you could, hint at more than you reveal, and watch them lean forward, desperate to know the rest. What seed of curiosity will you plant today? Sparking thought. Leave them thinking. Picture yourself facing a crowd or even just one person. They're watching, waiting. You don't need to be flawless. You just need to start. Try this. Say something bold, like, "Today, you can change the world, starting with yourself." Then stop. Go silent. Let it sink in. That pause isn't awkward, it's electric. It forces them to wrestle with the idea, to search their own minds for what it means. Psychology calls this the Zeigarnik effect. We remember unfinished things far longer than wrapped-up ones. A dangling thought sticks like glue, buzzing in their heads. Hours, days, even weeks later. So what can you do today to spark your own mind? Write down your wildest dream on a scrap of paper. Speak it aloud to yourself. One small move can light that fuse, and once it's burning, there's no stopping it. The power of emotion. Words that move hearts. Here's a wild truth. Emotions outweigh logic tenfold. Brain scans show that when you speak with passion, when your voice cracks with conviction or swells with joy, the listener's brain floods with oxytocin, the trust hormone. They don't just hear you, they bond with you. That's why a heartfelt speech can bring tears, while a dry lecture vanishes into thin air. How do you tap into that? Dig into your life, find a moment that shaped you. Maybe it's the day you hit your peak, pure joy flooding your veins. Or the time you fell so hard you thought you'd never rise. Don't hold back when you share it. Let your voice shake, your eyes blaze, your hands move like they're carving the air. Listeners won't just hear your story, they'll live it with you. Feel every high and low as if it's theirs. That's when words stop being words and become a force. Connecting to success. Live it, don't just say it. Success isn't a finish line you cross, it's a road you walk, a life you build. This expression method isn't just about wowing a crowd. It's about transforming how you show up every day. When you trust yourself, when you dare to voice the thoughts buried deep inside. Opportunities don't just knock, they burst through the door. Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Find your why, your purpose, your fire, and let it fuel every word, every step. That's when success stops being a distant dream and becomes your reality. Stand up, yes, right now. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, "I won't stay silent anymore. I won't stay small." Feel the weight of those words, the power surging through them. You've got the strength to shift the world, to light it up, to share something unforgettable. This method isn't locked away for the elite, it's yours if you're brave enough to grab it. So what's your move today? A small step forward or a full-on eruption, like a volcano shaking the earth awake? The answer's in your hands, your voice, your fire, your choice. Deep down, I know you're ready to shine. Let it out. The world's waiting.